Hi folks, I'm Rod with Johnson RV. We're in Sandy, Oregon, just outside of Portland, and very happy to be able to take a few minutes to show you this new arrival from Leisure Travel. It's kind of rare to actually have them on the lot to be able to show you in person. Very high demand piece. They only make about 3 of these every week in North America, so there's about 150 of them made each year, and they are very special. We're going to touch on a few things that make it that way. First of all, it's based on the Mercedes-Benz Sprinter chassis. A cutaway chassis they call it, and that's where you have just your front cab and then your rails that go back to the rear axle, and then they build the house on that chassis. But in the Mercedes chassis you've got a beautiful quiet running diesel motor that's 3 liters. It's a 6-cylinder motor. It gets you very good fuel economy, right? That 15 to 18 miles per gallon. Easy to handle. I tell people it's like driving a large SUV, and with the Serenity you have that combination with this beautifully designed capsule. And the capsule, it's a double wall fiberglass molded construction, and they mold this capsule together and then they set that on that rear chassis, and that again, that gives you a very quiet ride, easy to handle. I call it like a coupe. You might say it's a coupe in Class B plus motorhomes, but that's oversimplifying, of course. But it's beautifully made, beautifully designed, has curved walls here that when you're looking at the design, it's kind of bellies out at the side in the middle, and that inside makes a big difference as to how it feels. So a motorhome without a slide can still feel very spacious, and we'll see that when we go inside. Full body paint, 5 coats, 3 coats of paint and 2 coats of clear coat. Make this an automotive, high quality automotive finish, which over time, of course, good for wear and tear, and it keeps that beautiful look for many years to come. Alcoa aluminum wheels, a lighter weight, more stable ride, cooler ride, and aesthetically very nice. This particular Serenity, just so you know, if you're kind of keeping track of how they're optioned out, this one does come with just about everything that Leisure Travel offers. And you've got this actually has a satellite that's installed at the factory. You have Wi-Fi booster installed there as well. You have solar power. You have your LP generator. So it's really ready to go. And it's a beautiful motorhome for those, depending on how you like to travel. Some people camp in them all the time. Some people tour with them, and they go from hotel to hotel with the ability to stay overnight if they find a really cool place along the road. So when we get inside, I'll show you some of the really sophisticated features that they have on this for your living comfort as well. Your access points are real easy to get to. You've got your macerator system. This comes with the macerator option, hot and cold shower outside. All your connections are here nearby. And the nice automotive seal, so it's a nice tight seal on all of the storage and access compartments on this motorhome. Your generator is located here. You have a nice tool area up front, and then of course this reminds me to tell you about the Truman hot water system on the Leisure Travel products. One of the best there is out there. It's been proven in Europe for many years, and we're starting to see it in the last several years now on our motorhomes here, and it does a fine job of keeping your water hot all the time, and it's done economically. So we can talk more about that if you call me or come on in. I can tell you more about that. But anyway, that's kind of a brief look at the outside of the coach. Doesn't give it as much merit as I'd like to, but let's go inside now. We'll take a look and see how beautifully made it is in there. We're inside the brand new 2019 Serenity from Leisure Travel, and when you step inside the Leisure Travel products, any of them actually, the first thing you notice is how beautifully made they are. The materials are excellent, high quality materials, but they're not so heavy that they overload this terrific chassis that Mercedes makes, so the balance is really wonderful. That economy we talked about, the drivability, and yet when you walk into it, you don't feel like you're in an inexpensive home. I've got the front seats turned around right now so you can kind of get an idea of the living area up front. We have a seat, excuse me, not a seat, but a table now with the Serenity that's a removable table. It mounts on a bracket here, and then you can use it in the front and you can use it in the back. Right now we have it set up back there, and I'll show you in a minute. But the idea being that you can have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people around this table. And of course, if it's just 2 of you, that won't be necessary to use that very often, but sometimes you'll make a day trip, take some friends along with you, maybe to wine country or something like that, and visit and tour. It's nice to have them here with you up close up front. and to have the seat belts here too, so they can be seat belted in securely. So that's something you don't see a lot of in the B plus category. Beautiful ultra leathers, French stitching, done at leisure travel, the factory itself, not farmed out somewhere else. Cherry cabinetries. When we say cherry, we're not just talking about stain here. This is cherry veneers, real cherry wood veneers, hardwood to build the cabinets with. And you can just tell when you're in here. You know, we talked earlier about how this is like a capsule that sits on the chassis. Well, what that means is everything that you see in this motorhome had to come through that side door. So you have maybe one, maybe two people working on this at one time. And so it means a little more of a custom build or coach-built motorhome than what you find on the normal RV scene. So can't talk enough about how special it is. You can tell I like it. But you have your nice, the Becker system in dash. I forgot to mention that in this particular chassis you have your collision avoidance system and your lane change assist, which are nice safety features. They aren't active, they don't stop you or turn you, but they do alert you or warn you when you're nearing some kind of danger or something like that. Also, this has the built-in hidden blinds, so your blinds for privacy are actually built in here. You can accordion them closed and they go all the way around, and that leaves this all open for living. Okay, let's work our way to the back here. I always tell people I'm about 6.5 feet tall, so that does make a difference in here. You'll see I can't stand up completely straight, but if you're 6'3", 6'2", you're very comfortable in this size. Okay, Corian countertops, deep stainless steel sink. The hidden trash container right here. They're thinking about things like floor space in a small motorhome. Where do you put a trash can? Do you like to hang it on the doorknob? Well, you can do that, or you can have it there out of your way. Put it on the floor and trip over it. You don't have to do it with the Serenity. Nice closet. Now this is just as you come in the door. You'll notice there a place to throw your coats, storage up here, and down below a nice place to keep your shoes and slippers. Exchange those out. Here you have a 2-door refrigerator and freezer combo. It's a 3-way system, so it's propane and 12 volt and 110. And you have a convection microwave above, so you can do your baking as well as microwaving. Nice pantry, accessible from both sides, and it locks. There is weight in there, and so when you're going around the corners, you want to have that locked up. And across from that, we're kind of working our way back to the rear living area. But you see we have a nice sized closet here. Big deep drawers down below, 3 of them. And then back up here, I want to point out these are your control systems here for the coach. So the Serenity, now the other options I talked about, we also have our stabilizer jacks here as well. This is your inverter control. And those are details we can work out with you. You know, at Johnson RV, when you come to pick up your motorhome, we don't just rush you out of here. We have you come and spend time with us. We do our walkthroughs and orientations at your pace, and we want you confident in the motorhome before you go. So these kinds of things will be explained very thoroughly to you. The rear living area, right now I've got it set up in a sofa situation, but with a push of a button this comes down and turns into a beautiful bed. It's about 80 inches long, so if you have tall people in your family, it's a great setup for that. So again, a living area, sleeping up front too. I didn't tell that. But that front area we were just in, that turns into a nice standard-sized bed. So two smaller or medium-sized adults or one big guy like me could sleep on that. But this is real nice for tall people. The table I talked about, this is the table I was mentioning. It mounts on a bracket here, and it's very, very versatile. As you use it, you can make the height. You can adjust the height higher where you're comfortable. You can work at it with your computer. It works when you use both of these here. It makes a nice-sized dinette table for up front. And I'm real pleased to see that. I think that's a nice development there for leisure travel. And then, of course, the bathroom area. And let me see. Can you see in there all right? I didn't turn the battery on before we did it. Let me see. No, I didn't get the battery on. But you do have the Corian countertops that you see in the kitchen galley area into the bathroom, stainless steel sink, and a china porcelain toilet. And I like the china porcelain toilets because they're easier to clean and they feel a little more substantial too. So anyway, that is a brief look at a very interesting and well-built motorhome. Very sophisticated. We'd love for you to come and see it in person or give me a call. Be glad to tell you more about the options and how this is set up. My name is Rod, Johnson RV, and the number is 503-668-5400. I hope you'll give me a call. And I'm getting a little static electricity here. Come and see us.